So anyways, chat, I'm out just doing my job, trying to sell insurance. Didn't get any like promising visits to businesses. But then Super Canadian adds everyone in Toxic Fabled, and I'm like, why is he adding everyone? I want to say it was at like not midnight. It was like maybe 12:15. So I look at my phone, and I go to Discord, and it's the freaking ban list. And I'm not gonna lie, chat. I was about to walk into a group home and try to sell them insurance. Once I saw the ban list, chat, I actually like mentally checked out. I was like, bro, I went from straight up work mode to like full on Yu-Gi-Oh mode, and I actually just couldn't focus. And I had only been out in the field, chat, for like an hour and a half, and I was like, you know what, my day's done. I was like, yep. I was like, I feel like I just want to talk Yu-Gi-Oh for the rest of the day. So I stood there. And I was just talking on Discord and being on Twitter for like 20 minutes, and then I was like, yeah, I can't work. I'm not even focused anymore. So I just went home, chat. I just decided to go home, and then I went to the gym, and then I just, what's it called? I got cat fired. By the way, do you guys think that is a honest day's work, chat? Me working about an hour and a half. If I get the job done, but it's maybe not to like the insane level that they want, chat. I put forth a legitimate effort. I think I did. I prospect about 8 businesses, which means I walked in, tried to talk to like the business owner. I did like 8 or 9 business. Eight's pretty good. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, I did 8. That's good enough. Typical HVAC. Tech Workday, I kind of like this list. For the ban list, yes. Left work to be a Twitter weirdo. I'm not gonna lie, chat. If you guys saw, I was tweeting up a storm. Like I was in full on Twitter weirdo mode tonight or today. So yes, I will admit, when it comes to Twitter weirdness, I wasn't, what's it called? I haven't watched a lot of these Forbidden and Limited list, chat. I watched MBTs. I watched this one by Yu-Gi-Oh! Replays. I did not watch Cells's yet. So there's a good amount of content to be watched. Here's a quick question for you guys. Even outside of the ban list Twitch chat, did you guys see any ban list reactions that you had a problem with? Because I don't want to make it about this, chat, but there was one Yu-Gi tuber. Oh my goodness. I was fuming watching their ban list. I was fuming watching their reaction. No! They took it down? No way. They actually took it down? Seriously? I'm not going to say who it was, but they actually took it down. Are you being serious, Super Canadian? There was one Yu-Gi tuber whose ban list reaction, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna go into like, it was so bad. It was the whiniest, most like cringe, complainiest crap I've ever seen in my life. And I get it. They're like Zoomers. They're Zoomers in the sense of like playing Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, they've only been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for like 2 years, so they speak in a lot of absolutes. And I'm like, how are you talking in absolutes? You've been playing the game for like 2 years. What's this? You've collected all the level 1 emotes. Okay, cool. I need to see it, says Zidane the Thief. Hold on. I don't believe they took it down. Let's just see. Did they actually take their banlist video? Bro, they actually took it down. Are you serious? They took it down and replaced it with a completely different video about Kashtira. Okay. I don't. The Yu-Gi-Oh communities. Well, no. 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 Because the biggest problem was Logan spent the, first off, chat, I'll say this. I thought the person complaining was Brian, right? And I'm just like, man, Brian's really being annoying right now. No, the person complaining the entire time was apparently Logan. And I learned that when I watched their ban list prediction. The problem that I had with it was, and Logan came off, she was like, she got so emotionally invested in it, chat. Like, oh my god, if they hit tier, Yu-Gi-Oh's unplayable. I can't believe this. I bought this $700 tier deck and now it's like, bro, this happens to everybody. Like, is this the first time this has ever happened to you? The toxic Yu-Gi-Oh! Press 1 if the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community is really shitty and toxic, chat. Once again, Cap G was right. I'm always right. Yu-Gi-Oh! Community is shitty and toxic. We have bullied these two nice and wholesome Yu-Gi-Tubers out of a ban list video. Logan's guy's name. I did think Logan was his name at first, but then I was like, wait, if Logan's his name, then who's Brian? I was like, that is not a girl's. Anyways, I really wish I could have showed you guys the video, but she was like, I'm quitting. I don't care. She was like, guys, I don't care. But like, bro, it was bad. And the funny thing was, chat, because the ban list starts off with what? Artifact Scythe? I think as soon as you go on the ban list webpage, chat, you can see Artifact Scythe and Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds, like A and B, right? So they saw those two cards, and they were just like, ah, yeah, best ban list ever, no more flu. And then as soon as they got to Kit Kalos, they were like, what are we doing? And I'm like, how are you finding Kit Kalos to be a strange ban? It's the strongest monster in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! How is that a strange ban? It's the strongest. Chad, is it a stretch to say that Kit Kalos currently in the TCG is the strongest monster in the game? I feel like that's not a stretch. I feel like Kit Kalos is at worst top 3 strongest monsters in the game right now. It has 3 broken effects: Search, Mill 5, I guess Dump. You know what I mean? Perfect Monster, not anymore since it's banned in a week. Okay, fair enough. But then when they got to the Ishizu, the Ishizu cards all being like, they were, bro, she was on one, chat. She was just like, I don't care about this game. She was like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is pointless. What is the point of Yu-Gi-Oh! If all you do is just ban the decks that you just print cards and then ban? Like, she was in her feelings, chat. And I was like, yeah, this is like the real. It got too real, chat. It's like, you guys know how I say wrestling is fake? It's like the reverse of that. Actually, maybe that was a wrestling is fake moment. Yeah, maybe that was a wrestling is fake moment. Because wrestling is fake implies that you see the realism in something instead of like the mask, the gods, right? So maybe that was like a wrestling is fake moment. This is a wrestling is fake moment. Good job on the tweets, Anime Night. Anime Night just... Wait, whoa. Where'd you get this? Hold on. This is...
If that's your preferred way of playing, congratulations. You can't even cheese a Scythe Lock in the side now.
This sucks.
This is garbage.
I lied at the beginning. This is the worst ban list I've seen in a long time. Like,
this is
Konami,
so trash.
Absolutely love y'all. This game's cool and everything.
I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
See you on stream for our case opening tonight. After that, I don't know what happens.
We gotta leave decks playable for more than 2 months. We gotta be better. We gotta do better. And that's it.
Press 1, chat. Press 1 if we must do better as a community. We must leave tier 0 decks at full power. In fact, press 1 to make Ishizu tier. Don't leave it at full power. Make it better. Make it tier -1. Instead of tier 0, you have to go in the other direction, chat. And tier -1. We need to make it even better. They were... congratulations, Anime Night, on getting... I don't know how you got this, whether you downloaded the video or not, but like their entire video was just whining about what's it called. I feel bad for them. How? And like I hope I'm not being mean, chat. I always try to be fair, right? Like, it's never personal. I would say this if it was any Yu-Gi-Tuber, and any Yu-Gi-Tubers feel free to criticize me. It's always about Yu-Gi-Oh! It's never like personal or anything like that. Weren't tiers legal for 6 months? Yeah, except if you make that argument, which is factually true, people just want to ignore it because tier had multiple iterations. When people say, oh, tier's only been legal for 2 months, like, Okay, I'm pretty sure it came out in Power of the Elements, which came out in August. This ban list goes into effect in the middle of February, chat. I mean, do the math. I'm pretty sure that that's 6.5 months. So I don't know where this 2-month thing is coming from. People again. I've said before, chat. I feel like Mama ruined Yu-Gi-Oh! That specific set. Put Tier Element so far over everything else. It just like, and it wasn't even just that it made the deck like 3 levels more powerful than everything, but then the shufflers and the millers just made everything that wasn't tier like unplayable. So it's like it did 2 things that were just like toxic and terrible. But there were other people. I'm gonna show you guys. Hold on. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I think a Yu-Gi tuber should have handled it. Hold on for 1 second. Ishizu is 3 months old. Let's see. All right.
Prayers to all of you at Leon. One of the names.
This is how I feel like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi tuber should have handled it.
Scythe and Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds, because those
fusions
was always going to be a problem card. Better at the tier limit. And Bright Elf Band?
Okay, hold on.
Really hard on tier if we don't want it to be crazy.
Kudos to MBT. Yeah, MBT had a... Hold on, listen.
Speaking of, they banned Kid Kolos. Well, that is disastrous. Wow. That's as bad as it could have gotten. Yeah.
I actually, chat, while I was watching this, I bursted when MBT said, that's as bad as it could have gotten. I bursted out laughing. Because I was like, you don't know the half of it. You don't know what else. I actually burst because he plays Tier Elements, right? I bursted out laughing because he's like, just at this point alone, he's already like, oh my god, this is as bad as it can get for us. I was like, you don't know. You don't know what else is coming. You know what I mean? But that's fine. He's like, all right, this is bad. I'm disappointed. I play the deck. I'm gonna play it for Vegas with Simo and Gage.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you're unfamiliar, this is what the OCG did, and it didn't kill the deck. People just pivoted to playing cards like King of the Swamp.
He's been very supportive.
I would expect the TCG knows this and will be taking additional hits as well. For instance, Tier Limit was still playable in the OCG while they had the Kid Kolos ban and like 4 other tiers at 1 and 2. So they'll have to do more.
See? That's reasonable. He didn't cry and say Yu-Gi-Oh's ruined and the game's terrible. He just like, okay, you know what? Like, I play the deck and it's what's it called? And then, hold on, let's see. You get right here. By the way, I don't know why Yu-Gi tubers get to the trap section, chat, and for some reason they're like, oh, no new traps? Like, what trap are we going to ban in Yu-Gi-Oh? Unless you're one of them people like, ban skill drain. Like, what trap is there to ban? Like, the only trap that people play is infinite impermanence. There's not another trap in the game like people even play. Just infinite impermanence is it. Ban all floodgates. Okay, that's a big keyword right there. Ban Red Reboot again. Okay, yeah. We could have banned crime. All right, that one's legit. We could have banned Tier Elements crime, chat. That one's not troll. Yeah. People wanted the tier trap. No, just crime. Just crime. Just
okay.
crime.
All right. Well,
Okay.
Let's keep
Here's
going.
Second part.
Agito the Ancient. Oh my God! They limited all the Ishizus.
Clap, clap, clap.
Oh no. Oh, that might actually kill Tier Limit.
Not yet.
Oh God.
We're not done yet.
Wow, that is disastrous.
We're still not done. I love this.
I was of the opinion, like, the hit that I wanted was to see the Kelbeck ban. Or not Kelbeck, Keldo. I find Keldo to be the most annoying part of this little engine, but hitting them all to 1 is going to drastically decrease the frequency with which Tier Limit can hit enough cards
Hey, level
to
1
consistently find something like a King of the
It's an
Swamp in the
emergency
graveyard.
banless
This plus
stream.
the Kid Kolos ban is a really, really good way to destroy Tier. Wow. Wow. Now keep in mind that this might not actually take Tier behind the shed. You know, Casino Tier was very playable.
See, even still, chat, MBT still has hope. Listen to what he's saying. He's saying that it might not kill the deck completely. He still has hope. You know what I mean? No baby raging, no quitting the game. He's like, hey, maybe it's copium, honestly, but he's like, yeah, we still have hope.
before the release of the Ishizu card. It was
respect this.
arguably the best deck.
Yeah, Cell's a
but
level.
now it will have to hit not
Cell's a
only a
level
tier name, but
optimism.
also a King of the Swamp. There are some ways to play around it.
Hi, Spy Fox.
You know, Fenrir into Tearlaments, Kit Kalos, into Dracosac, into Cherubini, into Sen King of the Swamp is one of them. But we'll see.
That's a lot of
will
work.
See. All right, well, fuck me, I guess. Wow. We really got Dragon Rulered. I am... wow. I'm devastated. I was going to play Tearlament at the 3v3 because I knew I would never get a chance to do it, and now it looks like I won't have that chance. I will never be able to bring Tearlament to a YCS.
I'm going to unlike this just so I can relike this video. There you go, chat. That's how you handle your deck getting murdered like a professional. You give 3 different stages of grief, but never did MBT get whiny. Never did he come off as condescending or insult the audience or any of that over. I mean, this is how you handle it like a professional. He gave us an emotional reaction. He was disappointed. He even said, "I'm devastated," but he didn't take it over the top. So there you go. People are saying that Tier is still playable after this list is on Major Cupium. So here's the interesting thing, right? My first reaction was Tier is like 100% dead, right? But then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, is it though? Here's what I'll say. I don't think it's possible, chat, for like Tier to win a championship anymore, because you guys know how right now you can just play 9 Bestials or something like that, right? And there's another Bestial coming out in this set that's like better than Soranir. You still have 3 playing it, but like the point that I'm getting at is, if people play like Bestials, I don't really know that you have a great way of overcoming that, because you don't have 6 shufflebacks anymore. You have 2 shufflebacks. You know what I mean? Like, your consistency has been shredded, and your opponent just like Bestioing a random Tier name, like, you only got 3 of them to fuse with for like the entire game. You know, there's no more Kit Kalos, so there's no more instant fusion win button. But then, chat, I started thinking about adding in things like Shadows. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's possible to just play Tier and expect the fusion summon with just Tier monsters. Like, I think you have to play like Shadows and go for like Winda and stuff like that. Because I was like, Winda's still good. Dragostapelia is still good. You know what I mean? Like, people talk about Guardian Chimera. Like, you'll just have to go for different cards. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if just 3 names in your entire deck is enough, though. That's the problem I would look at and be like, can you really get by with just 3 fusion cards in your deck? Because I don't know that. I mean, unless you play like Polymerization or some shit. Shadow invoked Tier Ishizu. Well, hold on. You guys are saying invoked though. But the thing about invoked, and like, I don't know if invoked and Tier really mesh, is any archetype that plays invoke, chat, your normal summon is Alistair. Like, Alistair, your normal summon is dedicated to Alistair. If you want to play invoked being mixed in with something, like, you can't have a normal summon. And you can say that Tier doesn't need its normal summon, but like, Rhino Heart's a pretty good normal summon. You know what I mean? Like, Rhino Heart's pretty good. Maybe some yeah, you're right. Yeah, I didn't even think about branded. Like, I think engines like Shadow and branded would be better, because there's no 100% dedicated normal summon in those archetypes. If you activate branded fusion, you don't need Alibur. You got the combo right there. If you activate Shadow fusion, you don't need like a normal summon. You got the combo. But with invoked, unless you just plan on hard drawing invoke, like, you need Alistair, and Alistair only gets his effect on normal summon. Oh, Rhino Heart. I'm sorry. Did I say like Kaleido Heart or something like that? Throw Dogmatica in there. Better to play branded over invoked. What's a normal summon to Tier? Rhino Heart? Because like, how are you getting the Tier stuff going? Like, Rhino Heart used to be a card you didn't always have to normal summon, because you could like get it from Kit Kalos, but there is no more Kit Kalos. So if you have 3 of the field spell, like, you probably gonna want to search Rhino Heart and like normal summon. You know, actually, chat, what do you do? Oh my god, I just thought about something. If you normal summon Rhino Heart and you send a tier to the graveyard, there's no Kit Kalos to make. So like, what are you fusing for? Like Garura or something? I didn't even think about that. Like, what are you fusing for? This deck is maybe Rhino like isn't even good anymore. Because I'm totally thinking that like normal summon Rhino don't Merly fuse, but like that only worked because of Kit Kalos. But like there is no more Kit Kalos. So what are we doing? You're fusing for nothing. Rukalos. If you have Rukalos, requires you to have King of the Swamp in the graveyard like already. You can't even make Mud Dragon. Susty deserved. By the way, quick reaction, Twitch chat. Give me a sentence or one word on the ban list. Like, what do you guys think? Or just give me I think it was, I can't believe I'm going to say this, chat. I didn't agree with everything. Again, I don't think the barrier statue deserved it. But I understand Kashtira. I would probably say like a 9 out of 10. It's hard for me to go 10 out of 10, honestly. It's really hard for me to say perfect Big Pimpin'. But actually, you know what? Knowing that there is no perfect, maybe it is a 10 out of 10. Because I also don't think to get a perfect rating, something has to be perfect. Because there is no perfect. So, yeah, maybe I think I give it a 10 out of 10, chat. Like, everyone underestimated Konami and Jerome McHale's basically going in on tier. Everyone was like, oh, they'll hit Instant Fusion, they'll hit Planet the One, and they'll hit like one Shuffler, and that's it. Basically 3 hits. And Konami was like, how about instead of 3 hits, we do 8? You know what I mean? Cracked, Perfect, Rip, Yu-Gi-Oh! Back, Flu, they lost the lock. I don't think Flu is going to be a playable deck, to be honest. MBT keeps saying that it's going to, or he wants to see it evolve. I don't think there is any evolution in Flu. Because it's, when it comes to deck building, Fluanderies, chat, is like, you can only play like Wing Beast. So you're very limited in what you can play. There's no like extra deck cards to play in Fluanderies. Is there special summoning in Flu, chat? I don't think there is, right? The only special summoning that you can do in Flu is like the Samorg stuff. Like, could you play Zephyros the Elite, chat? I'm just wondering, like, could you play a special summon in that deck? Or do the Flu cards like make you not special summon? Or do they just lock out the extra deck? Fluanderies is super playable. I don't think it's gonna be super playable on the meta level. Magnuma Limit. I do find it suspicious, chat. Like, if I'm being honest. Anyone else, I found it very suspicious that none of like Magnamut didn't get hit. That was just interesting. Oh, the song request has been on chat. Like, I'm pretty sure it's been on the entire time. All right, I'll give you guys some time to try to load that up. Fenrir and Bestial Hit would be nice. No, see, I don't like that. I don't like pre-hitting decks, chat. For everyone out there who says like, oh, well, now we have to play Kashtira format and it's going to be Kashtira tier 0. Like, first off, Kashtira is not as powerful as tier elements. It just isn't. Like, it is way more beatable. Like, Kashtira is not good enough to beat tier 0 in my opinion. So, like, I don't think there can be a Kashtira format. Now, granted, I would have expected Sprite to be a playable deck, but, like, I don't know about that now. But I don't think that, like, you could play Sword Soul, which has not gotten hit. Yes, Firefox, you're gay. We know that. We know that and we love you. Don was talking about playing Math Max, which, you know, I know you guys are going to laugh at that. At first, I thought he was stupid, and then I started thinking about that. And I was like, hold on. Is he actually on to something? Isn't the entire reason that, like, Math Mech was bad is because it couldn't beat Tier Element? Because, like, all of those Send to the Graveyard cards were terrible because they just triggered Tears. And the Bestials could just banish your Math Mechs because they're light. Same thing with the Shufflebacks. But if no one's going to be main decking Bestials and Shufflebacks, now it's kind of like, you kind of got like a double buff, you know what I mean? Because, like, the problem with Math Mech, chat, was not Math Mech itself. It's not like Math Mech ever had a consistency problem. And isn't Circular by itself, chat, like a full combo? Isn't that just basic? Like, that combo's good enough to beat entire decks. I've seen duels where a Math Mech player just beat a Sprite player because you have Circular and then like 2 hand traps. And it's like, all right, well, Circular's the full combo and it gets me into a, you know, a Trishula plus an Omni Negate, plus I got 2 hand traps. That's like 4 interruptions, basically, out of, you know, just my little 1-card combo. Well, the hand traps are not searchable, but you guys know what I mean. Hey, Atenza, how are you doing? Come on. Okay, first off, come on, Twitch chat. How long have I been streaming? You guys should, there's one thing you guys should know. The only time that I will stream on random days is if we get a ban list. I even did it for the last ban list we had, the one where they banned Mystic Mine and like nothing else. So if I streamed for a shitty ban list, obviously I'm gonna stream for a good one. Gishki Sprite is the goo. I don't know how this can work without Sprite Elf. Like, I mean, I haven't looked at this yet. This seems like it's a Linthio, but like, let's see what we got. Well, it looks good. I mean, it does look like it gets slapped by Dark Ruler. Because, well, I guess if you had Elf, it'd be the same thing. Oh, hold on. What does this card do, chat? Does this card have like an... Oh, no. I'm like, is there like an Omni Negate or something here? Let's see. Special summon a Gishki Ritual Monster. It cannot attack in its return. I thought this card like bounced itself or something to negate. But maybe I'm thinking of the Libromancer archetype. The Gishki Ritual is a monster. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, isn't this card a negate? But does it bounce itself? I feel like this card is a negate, but it bounces itself to the hand as like the price of the negates. I could be wrong. So this would be like 1 monster negate, 2 monster negate. You know, I gotta say, as good as this board looks, chat, it's a little monster negate-y heavy, because these 3 cards only negate monsters. I mean, obviously Toad negates anything, but the reason that Toad Elf was insane is because it gave you 2 Omni Negates plus, like, you get your cards back. It made it so, like, you negate something with Toad, steal the card, get a card back from the graveyard, reborn with Elf, and then do the same. You just, like, the card economy of Toad Elf chat was so stupid, it was ridiculous. Like, that's the whole reason Sprite wins, because if you don't kill that Elf, they just win the game. Elf is going to give them so much. It's kind of like Salamangreat, in a raid? Hey, Callie! What's up, Callie? How are you doing? Yo, see, we only get raided, chat, when we raid on, or when we stream on these random days. we don't even stream on Mondays. Thank you very much, Callie. And welcome to all the Callie effect viewers in the stream. I mean, yeah, this board looks good, chat. What I think, I don't know if Alinthio could have, cause what, you can't link with this card, right, chat? What Alinthio needs to do is he needs to figure out a way to get this Gigantic off the board and get this here, get the carrot on board, cause then you have a, well, yeah, probably. That'd be what it's called. You can XYC with it in the next turn. XYC with what? You talking about with this? With the Bujin link, Callie? I think I know what every card on the board does except the Bujin link. I think I only seen it in like ABC or something like that. And like ABC decks. So Twitch chat, here's the question of the night. Since yeah, but the Bujin can't wait. Yeah, the Bujin can't, but you can Gigantic. I'm doing good, Bloxdale. The Bujin link summons Swap Frog from the hand or the graveyard. Okay, that sounds like a baby version of Elf, I guess. In the landscape of Sprite. Since everyone loved the ban list, chat, so far. Twitch chat, what is the goo? What is the goo of the format? Cause like I'm not gonna switch decks for YCS Vegas, chat. I'm just not. Like it's too, I think it's too late in the game to try to like, oh, I'm just gonna build a new deck and try to pick up the cards in the span of like a week or whatever. But I feel like this opens up the, if I go to the LA YCS chat, I feel like this opens up everything. Like at that point, I don't know what I want to play. You know what I mean? I don't know if I want to play Runic. What else? See, people say it's too copium to go Eldritch. Play Sun Avalon. Is this too copium, chat? I watched some replays of this deck last I watched some replays of this deck last night. You guys know I had a very short generator phase. And I still think, look, I'm gonna be honest, I still think I was ahead of the curve with the invoked generator build. I'm gonna tell you guys why. Cause like, there was no good normal summon in generator. I mean, there was like Lone Fire Blossom, I guess. But there was like no good normal summon in generator. Alistair, obviously, is a generator. Or Alistair's a good normal summon. But, hold on. Let me show you guys the 200 IQ. This card is level 9. What card or what level, chat, are all the generators? They're 9s. They're 9s. Telling you. Didn't you want to play? Oh, I'm gonna play Puri Revolver, but Puri is not complete until Cyberstorm Access, and Cyberstorm Access will be YCS Philly. So like at Philly, I'm playing Puri, but for like the LA YCS, you know, it's just like I can play whatever. So yeah, that was like the play, chat, to go into Makaba. And, you know, if you use your negator or something like it is a level 9, you can overlay it. I don't think VFD was legal, though, at that point. Because I'm like, maybe you could make VFD. I think VFD was banned. Thank you very much. Rala guys coming through with the Twitch resubscription. That's 41 months in a row of grown-ass modliness. Thank you so much, Rye. I appreciate that support. Before I had no idea because I had no options versus tier. Now I have too many options to choose from. You know, it's a good problem to have. But like, that was the biggest problem of the format, chat. For as much as people want to say, oh, like the most skillful mirror match in the history of the game, it's like, cool, but what if you don't want to play tier elements? Like, the game is just, it's so unfun, chat. If you didn't want to play tier elements, the game was just so unfun, dude. Like, getting FTK'd because your opponent opened with Havness. Yeah, that's a lot of skill on that. Or your opponent activates Herald of the Arclight in a Miller. Or Herald of the Orange Light, excuse me, in a Miller. And just like, hits 2 tier names. Like, bro, stop. This format. You gonna get GG in here? I asked him if he would come to my stream. But I never got a response to him, chat. Or I never got a response from him, I should say.